Hey guys, Dave here. Well, this is part 4 of our Rustic series, and today I thought, what if we take some Canadian poutine, which is kind of a fries, and make that up and add the rustic smoky touch to it. I think it's going to be so good, and you're going to love this, so let's get started. Okay, to begin with the ingredients, then we have some cheese curds, we have some mozzarella, ground beef, barbecue sauce, flour, butter, some oil, smoked paprika, garlic, chili flakes, liquid smoke, Worcestershire sauce, pepper, salt, and of course over here, some good old potato. First off, I'm going to grab up some spuds or some potatoes or taters, whatever you want to call them. We're just going to peel these up. You can do them with the skin on for fries, but I kind of prefer them peeled, but entirely up to you. Now you might be saying, what kind of potato do you use? And a lot of people use russet. They're the best. And I was going to search around for some russets, but I thought, this is what this channel is all about, cooking at home with what you got. So these are just plain old baking potatoes, and I think they're going to do just fine. So use whatever you have on hand. And today's video has been brought to you by the good folks over at Magiccos, and today we're using the FP408. We have 7 speeds. Really nice finish on it, fits in with any kitchen. Suction cup design, holding things down.
A great 14-cup large bowl.
And a large chute. And most of all, we have a storage drawer that I really love. Because on most food processors, you're looking all over the place. Where's this blade? Where's this blade? But it stores really nicely right underneath the unit. So all the details are in the description below. Okay, guys, first thing we're going to do is go onto the unit with the fry blade. And this works really well. So on with that. Top on, lock it down. And the great thing about this, guys, I'm going to take a potato, which is fairly long, and I'm going to insert it this way into the food processor, and that way we're going to get some long fries. So we're simply going to slip this down, get the plunger on, turn the unit on. And after that, guys, look at what you got. Some beautiful long fries, perfectly done. I mean, you never get these at the store. Magiccos does such a wonderful job. Alrighty, I'm going to get these into some cold water, and we're going to let these soak because I am going to fry these, so we want to get some of that starch off so they're nice and crispy. Next up, let's make our beef topping. So what I'm going to do is add half a pound of lean ground beef to a pan, and this is over medium-high heat. We'll just kind of break this up a little bit, and we'll fry it until it's browned up here. Now what I've done here is taken the time to break this up fairly well because it is a topping and it's going to go over the fries. But anyway, we're going to season things up right now with a little bit of salt and some ground black pepper. And of course, I'll put all the amounts and ingredients below. And you know me, a tad of the old garlic powder. I know, but half a teaspoon, something like that. Some of the old smoked paprika with that smoky effect. And while we're smoking here, my friends, as I mentioned before, I'm going to use some liquid smoke. Picked this up for a couple of bucks at Walmart. Just a little splash of that. And last but not least, some of the old W or Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire or whatever it is, W sauce. And we'll give things a stir around. You ever smell the smoky effect from that liquid smoke? So yummy. So we are pretty much done it up here, and I'm just going to set this aside in a bowl. You know what I think? I think it is time to make our gravy. So to do that, I'm going to add in a couple of tablespoons of unsalted butter. Maybe that's a little more, but that's fine. Stir this around, let her melt down. And by the way, I'm using the same pan as I used for the beef topping, which is totally fine. You want those flavors. So this is melted down, and I'm going to go in with a couple of tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and we'll just kind of whisk this around until a bit of a roux forms. Yeah, that's kind of what we want right here, guys. Looking good. And one little tipperoonie, the more brownish this is, the darker your gravy is going to be. So just keep that in mind. Now we're getting dark enough for my liking, so I'm going to pour in a cup and a half of beef broth. While I be whisking away here. We're just kind of adding little by little. Now we're all in there and we're looking pretty fine. I'm going to go in with about a tablespoon of smoky maple barbecue sauce. You may say, what, barbecue sauce and gravy? Yeah, it's rustic. And stop arguing. It is good. Believe me. A little touch of garlic. Just to garlic up our lives here. And I be thinking some ground black pepper. Hoo-hoo! Talk about gravy at its best. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. And I dang near forgot a little bit of salt. And a whisk and we will go until things thicken up a little bit. But oh, I think this is going to be so good over our poutine. You like my French accent? After we've simmered away for a couple of minutes here, things have thickened up nicely, and I think this is just about perfecto. Just look at that. And I'm just going to pour this into my cup here, and we shall just set this aside. And it's not too early to make this because we can always microwave it if we have to. And before we put the old Magiccos away, we're going to go on with a coarse grating blade. And onto the unit we go. Top on, lock it down, slip our mozzarella in, and grate it up. And just check this out, my friends. Isn't that 100 times better than that stuff you buy in the store that clumps all together? Oh, wonderful job. Alrighty, those fries are pretty much soaked, so I'm gonna drain them off from the water here. I'm still impressed with those long fries. I'll get them onto a paper towel here. Looking pretty good, eh, guys? Spread them out a little bit, and then I'm just going to pat them dry with a paper towel. Because we are going to fry these, and I do not want water or oil splishing and splashing all over me. So the less water we have, the better it is. Then we're going to pour some oil into my wok here. And you can just use a frying pan, and if you have a deep fryer, you can go ahead and use it. I do have one, but a lot of you guys don't, so I am not going to use mine. I'm just going to use a wok here. Okay, my friends, I got my Earl here up to about 350 degrees or so, so we are going to go in with those fries. I'll just fry them up until they are a beautiful golden brown. Now that we're browned up here, guys, this is about like McDonald's fries, aren't they? But they feel really crispy. So I'm going to go into a colander, and I'm just going to let this oil drain off. And I should mention, too, this is just vegetable oil, and we're going to do this up in batches. Now we're done here. I'm going to season things up with a little bit of salt, as they always do. And I think I'm going to throw in a little bit of pepper as well. Yeah, looking good. And we're going to give these a little shake. There, something like that. And what I'm going to do here, my friends, is throw these onto a bowl, of course, with my clean hands. Okay, we are all fried up. Now's the exciting time. It is time to build our poutine. So we are going to begin here with our meat. Oh, I bet you this is going to be super, super good. That over the top as well as I can here. Now you see why I tried to make it as chopped up as I could. Then some of that mozzarella that the Magiccos grated up for us. Some of those cheese curds over the top, and you simply cannot have poutine without cheese curds. And I'm always end up eating them just as they are. I don't know. And I mean, guys, the cheese curds really make it, but if you can't get them, don't sweat it. You can just use the mozzarella, but the cheese curds really make it. If you get them, try. Now, of course, some of that gravy over the top, and this was what really makes it, because it'll melt that cheese down and get into everything. And make sure this is piping hot, guys. I've had it in the microwave for a little bit. See how it's melting those curds down and just getting right into those fries? Oh, this is going to be absolutely incredible. And of course, I got to garnish stuff up with a little bit of parsley, fresh from the old garden. Just add that greenage in there. And there you have it, my friends, our rustic backwoods cabin poutine, Canadian poutine. But you can have it anywhere in the world. It is so good. Everybody is going to love it. Okay, guys, a few tips and tricks. I just can't stop eating these cheese curds. Anyway, you can vary the ingredients, how much you want. You can put extra stuff in the gravy and stuff like that, whatever you like. Like I said, if you can't get the cheese curds, just go with the mozzarella. But man, oh man, if you can get them somewhere, I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below if you can get cheese curds where you are. So I don't want everybody running around Texas or Virginia or something like that trying to get cheese curds. But if you can get them, they're well worthwhile. But you can just go with the mozzarella, but this is a great dish. You are going to love it. Alrighty, let's grab some of this up here. And just look at this. Oh, those curds, those fries. That gravy has gotten right into those fries. Man, I bet you this is going to be good. Right, it's time to go down the old hatch. Here's the thing. I've had poutine before in restaurants. It's good. I mean, it's good, but this is absolutely fantastic. There's that extra little bit of seasoning on the meat. And the gravy, that little bit of barbecue sauce, that smoky flavor, is absolutely fantastic. And those cheese curds, the mozzarella, simply to die for. Make it up if you can, because it's well worthwhile. And if you do leave us a comment, love to read them. And I'll respond to them all. And give us a like because it helps the channel out, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe. We'll see you in the next video. And of course, I'm going to have more of this, obviously. Feel good.